The Ethereum ETFs have done a lot for the supply of Ethereum. We have a couple updates there, one of which is probably going to surprise you. Definitely surprised me. We also have data that will encourage us all in reminding us how early we are. Are we early? We have countries adopting Bitcoin. We have governments. Well, it is definitely on their radar in terms of regulation. Are we still early in Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm going to show you a data point that may or may not agree with you. Okay, and a few other things we're going to cover as well, but let's get right into it. ARK Invests, Kathy Wood's company, they have a spot Bitcoin ETF. They also previously applied and partnered with 21 shares to offer a spot Ethereum ETF. So what has happened now is the last week, the SEC has approved Ethereum spot ETFs. And now those who want to actually provide these need to update their filings so that they can actually be traded, be active in trading. And ARK Invest was in that, it was past tense, in that group wanting to offer a spot Ethereum ETF, but now they have withdrawn. They really haven't given any explanation. Instead, they're saying that they are focusing and still really bullish on their spot Bitcoin ETFs. I think what they're insinuating, number one, is that maximizing Bitcoin, great. You can do whatever you want, but kind of insinuating that Ethereum isn't as sound money as Bitcoin. And I know there's an argument there. Definitely, Ethereum has become much more centralized when it has moved to proof of stake. But for ARK Invest to be suggesting that them offering a Bitcoin ETF is the same thing as like supporting a peer-to-peer be your own bank type of investment, it is not. It is completely centralized, completely in the realm of traditional finance and regulations all over the place, and not self-custody. There is a huge line and a huge difference between owning real Bitcoin in your own wallet using self-custody solutions and purchasing an ETF offered by a centralized investment company. Let's get that straight. But there's plenty others that are filing and wanting to offer a spot Ethereum ETF like BlackRock and all those other guys. I feel like the only one we really need to mention here is BlackRock because they're owning everything. But upon this news, there's been a bullish sentiment for Ethereum. Proof of that has been that almost 800,000 Ethereum have left centralized exchanges, assuming going into self-custody, because this is like reported against from like all centralized exchanges basically. So people aren't moving one Ethereum to another exchange. It's being kind of withdrawn from that whole system whatsoever. So that's great news. Vitalik also did some great moving of his Ethereum. He has donated 30 Ethereum to the efforts of the defense for the Tornado Cash devs that are going against it, trying to fight for the right of free speech in the United States. Code is speech and should be protected. Whoever wrote something and put it out to the world should not be held responsible for what other people choose to do with that technology. If you disagree with that, I got a bone to pick with you. You shouldn't be using the internet or messaging services because criminals use them too. What kind of logic is that? Okay, moving on. For those of you who are, if you're not sure if we're still early, or you're like me, and compared to maybe when you did first invest in cryptocurrency, you've seen a huge seismic shift in the type of people who are investing in crypto, the type of recognition being happening around the world, government, country level recognition. Here's the fact. There are the same number of users in Bitcoin right now as there was in the internet in 1999. Remember that? Y2K? Anyone else? So 1999 was pretty early for the internet. You know, not brand spanking new, but still pretty early compared to how it has developed and been completely integrated into our daily lives. There's the same number of users of Bitcoin right now as there are of the internet in 1999. So can you see cryptocurrencies becoming an integral part into your life? I think so. One thing to pay attention to, and is probably going to be coming into our lives in the next 5 years easily, the concept of streaming money. If you want to learn more about this, If you want to know other people that are really cool to hear about cryptocurrencies, I highly recommend Andreas Antonopoulos. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know which cryptos we are holding, which ones we are buying, if we're selling, and when, you have to check out learningcrypto.com, home of the CT Club. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Hit like and subscribe. See you later.